So the sun's trying to break out. We're gonna see what's going on. Line Bluetooth. No. $17? Wow. So we're gonna see if we can do like some food deliveries. We didn't go to DoorDash. We didn't, because DoorDash, where is Chick-fil-A? Okay, Chick-fil-A, 50 feet. I don't know where Chick-fil-A is around here. I didn't know there was a Chick-fil-A around here in Harlem. Chick-fil-A. So, I'm so confused. Except to say that maybe Chick-fil-A would be down that way. Yeah, down that way. Yeah, so the sun is it's trying to break out. So I'm kind of I'm convinced that, I could do some Uber deliveries without getting wet. Okay? And then maybe after the second or third one, we'll quit and maybe go for that second walk. So here's like on the Northwest Highway. Chick-fil-A on Northwest Highway. Oh wow, that's coming from somebody's car. But I used to do that too. I used to have my music up loud. I did. I wanted to hear the thump, diddly thump, diddly thump. So doing the delivery is kind of distracting me from what I was thinking about, which is trying to look into how do we go about doing the renting of the vehicle. And then I was thinking about also was, okay, if you're gonna rent a vehicle, sure you want to do a smaller car, but if you do like, say, a mid-size or an SUV, then you know, you could possibly even sleep in the vehicle if you can't afford, you know, any of the rooms that they have available. Okay? And I was thinking about that too, right? Which is what they would call the camping in your car or camping in a vehicle, right? And you know, when I think about it, it's like, oh man, you know, you gotta make arrangements and be disciplined when it comes to having to use the bathroom. That's the main thing that be like on my mind, right? Because I'll tell you, it's like almost every single night, every single morning.
In a quarter mile, turn right on East Northwest Highway.
I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and have to go to the bathroom. Every single morning. Okay? Then I go back to sleep. If I can. There's been a couple of times I had not been able to go back to sleep. And that was a bummer. Yeah, that was definitely a bummer.
Turn right, then turn right.
So
turn right.
These people here, they be having so many people. Oh shit! They have so many people.
Pick up on the right.
That they just. Anyway, hold on. Okay, at least this order was ready. That's the good thing. So now we're gonna go and deliver it. It has 2 drinks. Oh, it's 75 degrees out here. I just started feeling hot. I'm like, why do I feel hot? It's 75 degrees out here. No wonder I feel hot. So yeah, I'm making my way downtown. Making my way downtown. Okay, now it's coming to me what they do. This is what they do. What they do, because they know if they told you to go pick up an order down there, right? You wouldn't drive down there to pick up the order. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. Who would? Right? So they tell you, well, pick up the order over here by where you at, and then go take it down there. That's what they do. But I kept trying to figure out why. Why do they keep having me drive like across town when they have, the same restaurant located closer to the customer's house? And I just got that answer. I just told it to you. I just told it to you. So anyway, I think that's the area that used to have that big plantation type looking house on it, and I think they tore it down. So anyway, one of the other things that I've been wanting to look at is the prefabricated
In a quarter mile, turn left to stay on East Grand Avenue using the left
modular
lane.
homes, right? Because I could see myself, like tearing down the whole house, and then basically,
Turn
it would
left
be
to stay on East Grand Avenue.
it would be a whole different, shape of the house. The house has become like modular. It would become like a block shape, but it would be brand new. It would be modern. It probably would have lots of, a lot more lighting than it has now, and I was thinking to myself, I wonder if such a thing is possible, right? Because here's the thing, this is what I don't like also about our society. Our society will give everybody but the homeowner, a loan or a chance to renovate the house and sell it, right? And so that's one of the things that really made me upset, because it just seems to me that if you're going to give somebody money to flip a house, why aren't you giving the homeowners the first option to be able to flip their own house, right? Because everybody, even flippers, they're not doing all the work themselves. They're just not. They have to outsource some of the work. And I've been seeing some of these other homes, these modular homes. They look contemporary, right? They look efficient. And what I mean by efficient, that means, you have the ability to fully utilize the space of your property, and even within the house. You're utilizing all of the space within the house itself. Right? Because people are, they're moving away from, these traditional houses. They're just moving away from them. Right? They'd rather put a travel trailer on their property or a mobile home, than some of these, traditional homes. They just and at one time we would have thought that building the traditional homes would be more economical than, say, prefabricated homes, right? Because the type of prefabricated homes that I'm talking about, the walls are already set, and they just set the walls up and boom, the roof, you got it. So I don't know why, except, we live in a capitalist society, that they don't make it possible to make home ownership more affordable, right? Because let's face it, they can have rooftops, right, that can basically be rolled out and waterproof.
In
right?
a quarter mile, turn right on Grandview Avenue.
But instead, they make you have to pound on all of these small tiles, right? And it's like, why did they do that?
Turn right on Grandview Avenue.
When they could 701, they could roll out a whole roof probably in just a couple of hours, right? Whereas it would take them a whole day
In a quarter
and
mile, drop off on the left.
a whole crew of men to have to pound down a whole bunch of tiles. So that's something that I was just thinking about, what the deal is. Why did they make things so complicated? They didn't have to make it so complicated.
Drop off on the left.
701. Okay, hold on. Okay. So they must have chemtrailed the sky last night, based off of a prediction that it was going to be hot today. And now that this didn't want to shop at Tom Thumb's. It said no card required. Maybe it'll come back around. Maybe it'll come back around. So just like the siding, right? The siding that they have on the homes, right? When you look at these homes and you see all of these planks that they would put together, right? Not a panel, but little planks that they put together, unless it's some aluminum siding. Now, there are some aluminum siding homes that, yeah, why did this turn off? So that's a duplex for rent.
Head to your pickup at Pizza Hut 9310 East RL Thornton number 106. In a quarter-mile, turn right on East Grand Avenue.
So this one is going to take me back up here to Mesquite, which is why I accepted it, even though it was only like $2. So here's a house right here, right? And the wood was installed using like panels of wood, right? Panels, not planks of wood.
Turn right on East Grand Avenue.
And I thought that was interesting. I did. I thought it was interesting to see that house because that's a rarity. It's a rarity to see that.
Just ahead, turn left on Winslow Avenue. Turn left on Winslow Avenue. Just ahead, turn left on East RL Thornton Service Road South. Turn left on East RL. Turn left on East RL Thornton Service Road South, then keep left onto I-30 East.
I did not do the Tom Thumb because I did not remember where there was a Tom Thumb in that area.
Keep left onto I-30 East.
But if it had been talking about the Tom Thumb back there by the lake, that probably wouldn't have been a problem. It probably wouldn't have been a problem. But I was like, So, like I said earlier, that part of my problem is, I have been very comfortable being 20 to 30 pounds overweight because I was able to eat what I wanted to eat and, push the limits of what it meant to be like overweight, right? So it was like overweight without being obese, right? However, when I would try to diet, it was hard for me to diet because I never would see results.
In 2 miles, take right exit 53 amperes toward Texas 12 Loop Buckner Boulevard.
And because I wouldn't see any results, I would get frustrated. And just figure, the diet wasn't worth the squeeze, right? And so it became like my struggle point, my point of struggle, that I would be sitting up there, knowing that, I was 20 or 30 pounds over the average. And it didn't bother me most of the time. It did not bother me. But there were times it did bother me. And when it did bother me, then, I would basically tell myself, well, I can eat whatever I want to because I am overweight. And we feel that way. Yes, we do. We feel that way. It's like, the reason why we're overweight is because we eat what we want.
In a half mile, take right exit 53 amperes toward Texas 12 Loop Buckner Boulevard using the right lane.
So here I am, back again, struggling with understanding my weight. Right? Because
take right exit 53 amperes toward Texas 12 Loop Buckner Boulevard.
I want to lose weight, right?
In a quarter mile, turn right. Turn right.
Oh shit, I don't have a bag.
Pick up on the left.
Well, maybe I won't need a bag. Note from the business. Pick up in store. 2 items. Medium pizza. Medium pepperoni. 2 medium pepperoni. Okay, hold on. Okay. Well, even without the bag, I'm picking up pizza. Normally I wait until, but this is cool. This is cool. We got this. And it's starting to get cloudy.
Turn right on East R.L. Thornton. Turn right on East R.L. Thornton Freeway.
Now, Pizza Hut, they have their own delivery. So, this must have been cheaper. $4.67.
In a quarter mile, keep left toward US Highway 67 North using the left lane.
Okay, well, this route looks like we're going closer to home. Because it was starting to get warm, the sun was out. I don't know where these clouds came from.
Keep left toward US Highway 67 North, then take right exit 54.
Exit 54? That's right in here.
In a quarter mile, take right exit 54 toward Big Town Boulevard using the right lane. Take right exit 54 toward Big Town Boulevard. In a quarter mile, turn right on Bamboo Street. Turn left on Hula Drive. Turn left on Hula Drive.
Okay, we got 3712. 3712.
Just ahead, drop off on the right.
3712. Why does it say right when it's not right? Not right.
Joel G says, leave at door. Ranch and buffalo sauce.
Okay, hold on. Street. Okay, decided to try to do 2 orders at once. Okay. Because Chipotle's and Buffalo Wings are right here together. Now, I know that just because the pickup is at the same or near proximity to one another doesn't mean that the delivery is also in proximity, which I'm learning. Okay? Because that brings me to that brings back to mind when I was picking up at that gas station, right? The drinks and stuff was at one restaurant inside of the gas station. Then there was another order inside of the gas station. And it had dawned on me when I seen this order that came up, Pearl, right? That's the restaurant that's inside of the gas station. But I wasn't thinking, right? However, I knew that Chipotle's and Buffalo Wings, they are right next to each other near Town East. I knew that. I had just recently came across that Pearl restaurant inside of the gas station. So yeah, at least I'm back in my neighborhood. Again, surprised that I am getting orders, in my neighborhood, even though I started way over there. Near White Rock Lake. I started over there. That's where I started. Now tomorrow I might just sit at home and just wait for an order that, I want to take. Like, yeah. Cause this one here, I ended up doing a loop, but I didn't mind doing the loop. I'll probably walk away, with $10. But that's $10 that I didn't have initially. Okay? Initially, I didn't have $10. Initially, I was sitting at the house wondering how come I was full after only eating a half a bowl of my shrimp, steak, and broccoli bowl. Because I was used to eating more, right? As a matter of fact, last night I ate 4 barbecue pork spare ribs all 4 at once, but I did eat it consecutively, you know. Like it might rain. It's still 71 degrees out, but so this must be like what, a building for? Will I be able to get in? In through the out. Out just open. The customer requires PIN. Four by four. I think I can park right here. Right here. This is Ariana. And she had the Buffalo Wild Wings. Hold on. This kind of multiple order is acceptable. right? Because it's taking me on home, okay? And I ain't had no problems. They met me out the drive right here. Now I'm going over here to Duck Creek, and I'll be like within 2 miles of my house. And I'm gonna pull up to my house, and that's it. And say that they call it a day, you know, because I'm at 39% of my battery. It's getting humid out here. I can feel the rain in the sky. It just hasn't fallen down yet. And we'll be over there by Duck Creek. Maybe we'll take a walk at the creek. What you think? Yeah, maybe we'll take a walk at the creek. Before we go home, if it's not raining. So then we'll probably have made like $15. Temperature feel like it's trying to drop too. We went from 72, now it's down to 70. Maybe it's just I got caught up in a little cool current. A little cool current. Possible. So I'm like so done with this cold. I'm done with it. I'm tired of spitting. I'm tired of blowing my nose. I'm tired of this cold. But yeah, one of the reasons why I decided to get out a little bit today is because I don't know how much time I'm going to be taking up, you know, delivering this sewing machine to my daughter tomorrow. Right? I packed it up in a box. Nice and neat. It does have 2 bobbins that she can use. Yeah. She gets started sewing. That's one of the things that, you know, I probably should start doing on these days that, you know, I am not out here. Like I said, you know, it really hit me hard, right? That I have a long torso and I have quite a bit of meat, fat, whatever around my torso, right? So when I got those pieces, you know, I was trying to think of, well, how can I alter these pieces, you know, so that I won't have to send them back, right? And I won't mind having pieces that have been altered, and it doesn't look like the Shein pieces anymore, because they were very plain. They were very plain. But when I was doing the clothes shopping, it was warm. It was very warm those days. I think it was in the 80s, almost 90s, and I was like, oh shit, you know, I need me some, you know, some summer clothes, right? And of course, I was hoping that, you know, that this year would have brought me, you know, in a professional position where I could come out of retirement until next year. But it didn't really quite happen that way. Not yet, anyway. Because a lot of times, you know, I change jobs, you know, in April, and it's April, so a lot of times I had the tendency to change jobs in April. However, this could be my job change. Because I have not been inspired to actively seek another office position, or any kind of position, not really, right? Yeah, I came across Panda, who was like offering $17 an hour, and I'm like, yeah, I could do that, you know, for 4 hours, and you know, and it was just like, yeah, but why? You know, why should I have to, you know, bend over backwards just to have a job? I don't want to bend over backwards, you know. I want to be paid, you know, what I'm worth. I have a lot of experience. I'm very intelligent. I'm a quick learner. You know, I'm almost ambidextrous. You know, I magnetize, you know, energy to any business that I work at. Okay? There's no sign. Now it's saying it's an apartment. Apartment 108. Turn right. Apartment 108. 101, 102, 4282. Okay, the buildings are different. 4290. So 4282. 4282. Oh! Let's back up and pull in. Let's back up and pull in. We're gonna do a shopping at Tom Thumb's. And it said, I just hope we're not going that far. Like shopping over here at Tom Thumb's and then going like way over there to like Rockwall. Nah, we'll have to cancel that. I was just quick. I'm like, oh, Tom Thumb's is right up the street. Oh, it's only 2 items. Some Oreos and whipped cream. What? Girl. Yeah. Some Oreo cookies and some whipped cream. What the heck? What the heck? What do they have planned? Maybe making their own. Maybe making their own little Frosty or what is that, like Blizzard, making their own little Blizzard. That's what it looks like to me. Make your own little Blizzard, right? Crumble up some Oreos, put it in the ice cream, mix the ice cream, then pour the ice cream into a cup and top it off with some whipped cream and some chocolate syrup. Ooh. Right? Because if you try to go and buy that, at Dairy Queen, yeah, this time, I think I know how to Google Pay with my black card. So I think this is like what, the third or the fourth time that I'm using this. I think it's the third time. Yeah. So anyway, rush hour is starting. And even if it doesn't rain, I really don't like driving in rush hour because people get mad because I drive slow. I do. I drive slow because I don't want to drain my battery. I don't want to drain my battery. So I drive slow. Okay? Luscious Lashes studio here. One of these days, I'm gonna get my lashes done and I'm gonna get my eyebrows done. One of these days, it's gonna happen before I get too old to even appreciate it. You know? Well, store, I had almost bought some whipped cream. Really. Because, you know, I wanted, you know, to treat myself to a homemade frappe. Yeah, a homemade frappe. Yeah, a homemade frappe. That's what I wanted to do, is treat myself to a homemade frappe. And I was gonna do it too. I was gonna do it. Right up here in the front. Dang. It says $30 off your first 75 online order. Save 30 is the code. What? Dang. Hold on. Okay, this one was kind of weird, but I didn't need a card. Even though I have a card, I just didn't need a card. But whatever, right? Whatever. And the Dunkin' Donuts, it did not go through, so we're not gonna do the Dunkin' Donuts. We're gonna do this one, and what is this? Casa Linda? Where the hell is Casa Linda? It wants me to accept it. Oh no. 2 items, no card required. I didn't. Casa Linda. Where's Casa Linda? I heard of Casa Linda. I just can't remember where it was at. So, because I couldn't remember, we didn't want to make no mistakes. We just didn't want to make no mistakes. And that would have been an easy, but maybe it'll circle around again, and maybe nobody picked it up. If nobody else picks it up, maybe I will pick it up, depending on how much. Oh, Casa Linda. Which is where I'm headed. I'm headed towards Casa Linda, because that's where I started out, was Casa Linda, right? Casa Linda park area. Right? Garland Road and that's kind of like where I started off at, which was so it has me going Garland Road, then through the Fiesta Mart off of Jupiter. So it's gonna have me pass and then come back. But if I go down Jupiter, right? If I go down Jupiter, then I won't have to backtrack.